Right now, the safety net programs lift about a third of otherwise poor children above the poverty line. If you measure it in a comprehensive way, maybe a little more than that. Used to be back in the 60s, actually, the combination of taxes and safety net programs actually was a net loss for children. The taxes pushed more below the poverty line than they lifted above. So we've made real policy strides, and I think that the Children's Defense Fund has been in on that. But what people weren't banking on was, in between, we had a real surge in income inequality. And that has created a stiff headwind for anti-poverty policies that I think no one foresaw. I think sometimes we forget to say how important for children's future the day-to-day basic assistance of food, clothing, shelter is for their lifetime trajectory. And I think we've had help from the research community recently, striking studies that help make the case that when you just provide the basics, that's one key cornerstone for children's future success. So it's not just that we're meeting an important need, which would be enough in itself, but we're also providing for opening future doors of opportunity. A very striking study came from Hilary Hoynes, an economist, and her colleagues, who looked at the early days of the Head Start, of the food stamp program, before it was a nationwide program as it rolled out county by county. They tracked the children born into those counties with food stamps compared to other disadvantaged children who did not have access. And those children grew up decades later to have much stronger health and education outcomes. A 5 percentage point improvement in stunted growth. Big improvement, a 6 percentage point reduction in heart disease, and an 18 percentage point improvement in high school completion. Absolutely massive improvements in education. This really is not just about economic justice right now, it is also about equal opportunity. 3 areas. Families need jobs, and there aren't always enough jobs out there. We need public sector, job creation. We need publicly subsidized jobs sometimes. So we propose reviving a very successful, popular program called the TANF Emergency Fund Job Program that was in place a couple of years ago. We would enlarge the amount of child care assistance that allows families to work. Second area is wages. We would increase the federal minimum wage. States should increase their minimum wages, and we would provide more funding for job training and for college access through Pell Grants, which we would also streamline and make easier to apply for. And lastly, I think there just needs to be income even for families when they're not able to work, but it can take various forms. Health is important, food assistance. An area that has not been fully utilized is housing assistance. Only about 1 in 4 eligible people receive it. We would expand the number of housing vouchers, and we would make sure that they were more portable so that families could take them and move to neighborhoods of greater opportunity.